Okay, hi everyone. Here, Tommy Walker again, the Mind Engineer. We're going to talk today about finding your purpose. So thank you very much for watching, for being here, for being part of the community, interested in learning different ways to be able to start making changes in your life. I've been studying this for now 14 years, and I have seen so many people. Just now today, I had a conversation of a guy that had done some coaching, some inner work, and the people that had worked with him had told him that he was not coachable, that he had deep, big problems. And they said so many nasty things to this poor guy that this poor guy, of course, felt like crap about himself. So the idea is to be able, through this community, through RSR, show you guys another way that is very different to a lot of people, what a lot of people are doing out there, but it has been the result of 14 years of inner work, studying, working on my mind with my mentor, and starting to help people. So that's why I put this together. I just want to give that small intro. So let's get this going. Let me just change the camera for a second. Go back to, here we go. So I need to go here. Okay, perfect. Here we are. Again, thank you very much for watching. I just close OB. Yep, here we go. So let's get going about finding your purpose. This is one thing that I have been seeing so many people talking about, finding your purpose. And unfortunately, what I see over and over again is that people are trying to find their purpose as if it were something externally. What does that mean? Like, no, should I be doing this? Should I be doing that? Should I be doing this or that? And so many people, there's so many options, are kind of having so many struggles in identifying what is it that in a way is their purpose. And if we look at this from the feminine and the masculine energy, the masculine, and this doesn't have to do with men or women, guys. When I talk about masculine energy or feminine energy, I'm talking about a general thing, right? That in every man, we have feminine and masculine energy. And every woman, we have masculine and feminine energy. And the idea is to balance both of them. Unfortunately, we come from a very, patriarchal kind of world where, men are the ones that drive things, that do things, are the providers, all that crap that has been fed to us. And thank God it's changing more and more as it goes, because what I feel is that people have to choose what makes them feel good about doing, and not something that, oh, we got to do this, we got to do that because everybody's doing it. And that is what I want to bring today about finding your purpose. I don't believe that, finding your purpose is something externally that you need to do, because needing to do has to do with the masculine energy. And this is, I have talked about so many gurus out there, men or women, that have developed this masculine figure that a lot of people resonate with, because they talk about love, they talk about unconditional love, they talk about, self-love, but they have, as you can see many times, this masculine energy of doing. So if you're so much into doing, you're developing more your masculine energy. And I'm not saying that it's wrong to be doing, don't get me wrong, but there's also the loving energy that has to come in, of being able to love yourself where you are, no matter what you're doing. So listen to that sentence. Sorry, I was looking for the right word. Those words, that sentence that I just used, loving yourself no matter where you are and what you're doing. What I truly believe that finding your purpose means, first of all, it's not something external, it is something internal. What does that mean? What I believe in, guys, and you can believe whatever you want, but I'll share my point of view on this, is that finding our purpose is finding who we really are. Once we find who we really are, or we are in the journey of discovering who we really are, we can now paint everything that we do with who we are. No matter if we're serving a coffee, at a coffee store, if we're serving a hamburger at a restaurant, if we're cooking at a restaurant or cooking at home maybe, or if you are impacting the life of people, by doing coaching in a different way. But impacting the life of people could be serving a coffee, because you can do it with a smile. You can pour your love and your energy into that coffee so people take that with them. So I know it sounds kind of woo-woo, but when we're talking about finding your purpose, would I believe that it's more something on the inside, and then you're going to pour that into whatever you do. So let me know if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat. If you're listening to this and it's making sense, put a 1 in the chat, guys. I want to know if you're listening, if this is making sense. That would be great. Thank you very much. There we go. Mary's joining us here on Zoom from the Elite community. If you want to be part of the Zoom and be able to get some Q&A with me and some time with me, let us know. I'll send you the link to be able to be part of that, okay? So going back to finding your purpose. So to be able to really, truly pour yourself in whatever you do to become your purpose as something that happens inside of you, we got to start, again, applying what I teach in rapid subconscious reprogramming. We got to explore the mind, our belief system, to learn what we have created in our mind about ourselves. Yes, again, what is the self-image we have created about ourselves? Who do we think we are? Because if we don't know who we think we are, how are you going to be able to pour who you truly are in whatever you're doing? It doesn't matter what you are doing. The idea is to be able to pour who you are into parenting, into being a partner, friend, family member, worker, entrepreneur. Whatever you're doing, the more you are aligned with who you are, the better you're going to pour yourself into whatever you're doing, and better things are going to come your way. Because if I don't believe in myself, if I have a negative self-image, low confidence, low self-esteem, unfortunately, no matter what I do, guys, I'm going to pour that into what I'm doing. Whether it is, again, a 9-to-5 job, in wherever I'm doing, as a partner, as a parent, I'm going to pour those unresolved issues, I'm going to pour them into that. So as I work on identifying who I think I am and who I am really, that is going to really help me align with my purpose. And as you guys know, I like doing some whiteboard. Yeah. So I'm going to show you something I spoke about with a person today. Yes, that was really amazing. So look at this a second. Okay, this has to do with finding your purpose. Okay, I hope you all are seeing this. We have the whiteboard that has a circle in the middle that says core, and towards the sides we have false images, false limiting and negative beliefs of who we think we are. And this is kind of an eye watching back at this. Okay, so you are looking at what you think is your core, and you identify your core as these things. This is what most people identify themselves with. So from here, whatever I do, I'm going to pour my false image, my false self into whatever I do. The truth is, to be able to discover our true self, I believe that is our purpose, to discover who we really are, so that then we can pour that in no matter what we do. And from there, things are going to start changing, because when I'm more aligned with my true self, with who I'm meant to be, I'm going to be able to attract better things into my life. But while I'm identified with my false, limiting, negative beliefs, unfortunately, the universe is going to bring me more of that situations that are going to confirm my false beliefs, because it's doing me a favor. Universe will provide this, more of this, or we can also call it as we are going to attract this. Have you ever heard about these things, guys? right? Attracting from the universe. Whoops, sorry. I'm trying to move this a little bit. There we go. We are attracting from the universe this, because it's aligned with the negative false image that we have about ourselves. Type a 2 in the chat if this is making sense, guys, please. That would be great, so that I know that you're understanding and listening to this. So the idea is to identify these false beliefs. This is why we have challenges coming our way, this false image, or let's put, if you want, challenge, yes, or even people call it, negative challenge, negative experience, whatever you want to call it. It is in alignment with what we have in our belief system. So now I grab this one that it's pointing towards exactly the arrow and say, okay, what is, I'm going to expand this, I'm going to explore, what is the false image that I have? That I am not good enough, that I am not worthy, that I'm inadequate. So I have these negative self-image already in the back of my head. So this experience that's coming is triggering these beliefs, so I can finally find them, identify them, and start changing them. So I get rid of this. Once I get rid of this, I get closer to my core. Now I get rid of another one. And as I do that, my core starts showing up. As I start becoming more of my core, what's going to happen? Let's pretend that I have gotten rid some of it, okay, a little bit of this. There's a small hole there. So what's going to happen? The universe is going to bring more positive things because they are aligned more with my core. So I believe that finding our purpose, the truth is getting rid of the garbage so that we can meet with who we really are, with our core self, so that we can attract more positive things. Because the more we align with our core, the universe is going to bring more stuff aligned to this, because of course that's who we are. But unfortunately, so many people are there, and we're going to talk more about this maybe next time or further along the way. I'm going to talk about the identity. A lot of people, as they forgot who they are, or they don't even know who they are, they think that this is who they are. People identify with this as being their core. So now what they do is they try to create a new core, a new persona, a new identity. And what they're actually doing is they are denying who they are. And that is a big problem, because the universe is not, you're not here in, in this earth to deny who you are. You are meant to become who you really are. So the universe is going to bring more negative challenges your way. And that's why suddenly we see, actors, actresses, and people that have money, have power, have influence, and that break down. Sometimes we find out, sometimes we don't. But many people that have what they think is everything in their life, and they're still struggling, and they're still going through many problems, drugs, alcohol, cheating with their partners and things like that. Right? Although they have everything, why are they doing that? Why? Because deep down, they have identified with their negative image. If we look an example, Shakira and, her ex that are going through all these problems where, her ex has been unfaithful. I don't know if Shakira has done it or not. I don't know. I'm not going to go there in the debate. But right now, I don't remember the name of the guy, right? But Shakira is writing these songs against this guy that has been unfaithful. And this guy, in his core, is not a bad guy. But for sure, when he was growing up, maybe different circumstances made him believe that he's a bad guy, or made him believe that macho men, strong men are the men that sleep with several women. So now, although he's in a relationship, he's married or everything, he's still cheating with his wife, cheating his wife with other women, because maybe, again, I'm not sure, every person is unique. Piqué, there we go, Piqué came to my mind, sorry. Piqué maybe is cheating because he needs to show that he's this macho man, that he can be with several women. I don't know what's going on in his head, guys. I'm not saying I know, of course, but it could be low self-esteem. He's this big football player. He's very famous and everything. He even got Shakira, and now he is cheating on her because maybe it's not enough. he needs more because what he has is not enough. So he needs more money, more women, or whatever it is, guys. Again, I'm just, sharing this as an example. I'm not saying that I know this guy. I haven't talked to this guy, okay? But I'm just showing you how our false images, false beliefs can make us act in ways that are not aligned with our core. So going back to who we are really meant to be, this is what I believe is finding our purpose, not on the outside of something that we got to do on the outside. It's just remembering who we really are, who we were created, because that's what I believe, again, we are meant to be. Throw me a chat in this, throw me a 3 in the chat. I made it all wrong. Throw me a 3 in the chat if this is making sense, guys. Thank you very much. This is very important, at least for me, because the more you're able to get rid of the garbage, the more amazing things you're going to attract into your life. It could be relationships, it could be another job, it could be building your business, it could be making more money, whatever it is, guys. But when you are more in the negative self-image, you're going to attract more of this, because unfortunately, it's an opportunity to bring, imagine this is small, right? I cannot even read it, I cannot even see it. So the universe is bringing me the opportunity to double click on this, open it up and say, oh, there's a reason why I'm feeling not good enough, worthy, inadequate, not lovable, or whatever it is. Let's work on that. When you work on that, what you're doing is preventing the universe from sending you more negative, because now you're standing on your core. As you heal, you reprogram your mind, you're going to stand on your true self, and more positive things are going to happen, guys. So many of the things we have heard about The Secret, about the law of attraction, has been manipulated to fit the hidden agenda of the people that did that movie. I'm going to talk about that in a later chat, but this is what I believe, yes, about us finding our purpose. So we got a question coming in here. When we get feedback from the world, we think we may not be doing something right or want something new as an identity. When we're going through the change, I feel like I was taken advantage of because we're trying to be nice and accommodating, changing. But look at this. What if JP, and this has happened to me, right? I was taking advantage of a program where I invested $10,000 and the guy took my money. A couple of months later, I started seeing the fruit that came out of that thing that I invested in. And although they scanned me and it was, very, very legal what they did, and they kicked me out of the program, they kept my $10,000, it really helped me find my limiting, negative, and false beliefs, my false image about money, about myself, around different things, that it pushed me forward to become a greater version of myself. And now I have made more than $200,000 with my business. Listen to that. Investing $10,000 accelerated my growth. So was it a bad thing? Was it, I was nice and accommodating? No, it was exactly what needed to happen to help me boost and grow my business and my life. Exactly. Everything that's happening to us has a learning experience hidden to it. But unfortunately, in this new age that we're living, a lot of people do is, okay, I have a false image, I feel like crap, I feel not good enough. Oh, what can I do to feel good? What do? They go buy something. So the action they take on the outside is to go maybe buy something so that they now can feel better about themselves. So they can repress this. It goes back to their, belief system, but they didn't change it. So what I'm teaching you guys as we work together is to grab every little thing that's going on in our life, right, that is bothering us, of course, and check what is going on. Check one, check another one, so that what we can do is actually get rid of it. Not just place it back there and pretend it's not there, because what most people do is place it back there and pretend it's not there. Oh, I'm dealing with this, boom, it goes back there. And I never dealt with this. The idea is to really deal with it, learn from it, and get rid of it. That's the process that I'm taking you. Yes, JP, drinking, eating, smoking, and look, I'm going to be even, more real about what's happening. Going to the gym, dieting, doing plastic surgery to feel better about yourself. You're changing things on the outside. You're not changing anything on the inside. So I see a lot of people, I work with people that are personal trainers that still feel like crap about themselves. People that have made a lot of money that still feel like crap about themselves. People that have the family, the kids, the woman and everything, they still feel like crap about themselves. Because again, our purpose, it's not something on the outside that we need to accomplish on the outside. It's something that we need to connect on the inside, and that whatever we do on the outside is our purpose. It doesn't matter what you do. You are painting it, you're painting it with your unique qualities that you came into this world. It's like painting, something on a wall. It's going to be different for each person. That uniqueness that you bring, that is your purpose, to imprint it in everyone and everything around you. That's what I believe. So that brings me much more of inner peace, because it's not something that I got to find and do on the outside. It's something that I got to live on the inside, and eventually it's going to start showing on the outside. It doesn't matter if I'm serving coffee, I'm cleaning a place, I'm being a CEO in a company, as a partner, as a lover, as a father, as a mother. It doesn't matter what you're doing, guys. You are painting it with your uniqueness. And that is what I believe is truly our finding our purpose. But again, we have been, in a way, hey, work with me and I'll help you find your purpose if it's something on the outside. And a lot of people go through these programs and then they feel empty inside, because whatever, even maybe they're doing something on the outside, they're doing it to cover the problem. They're not really dealing with the problem. And the idea is to deal with this and get rid of this, so that you can become who you truly are and not living the life that you're living, right? From these limiting, negative, and false beliefs that you think that you are. When you start connecting with your core, people around you are going to start seeing it. People around you are going to start, in a way, some people are going to take advantage, quote unquote. JP, it's not that they're taking advantage, that just in a way, I call it balancing the karma. So maybe somebody takes, quote unquote, advantage of me. The truth is I'm balancing karma. Maybe I've done something wrong in the past and the universe is just settling the score. And that's fine with me. I don't see it as a punishment. I see it as a balancing of energies that needs to be happening in the universe to keep balance. So I see it again as a growing experience. What can I learn from this? Right now, I had a business that's still running, but I'm not paying so much attention for the last 19 years. And I have a guy that was a very good friend of mine that now decided to sue me, right? And try to take a lot of money from my business. And you know what? If it has to be, it has to be. Whatever the government decides that I have to pay him, I'll pay him. I told him, hey, I'll pay you what an accountant says that I owe you for the work that you did. No more nor less. I'll pay you what an accountant says accordingly to the law. He got crazy and he said, no, I'm going to ask for much more money. And he asked for 10 times more than what he deserves. So I said, no, I'm not going to pay you 10 times more. I'm going to pay you what you deserve, or we're going to go to a lawsuit. For the past 4 years, I'm in a lawsuit with him. So I've done a lot of work. And what is this bringing to me? What can I learn from this? So I don't see it as a bad thing. I'm seeing it as a balancing of karma. And what can I learn from this? Everything that happens to us for a reason. So we can see life like that. We can use those opportunities to become more of our core, and less of our limiting, negative, and false beliefs. Yeah, but JP, thank you for that. But it's like after some time, I realized that instead of seeing it as a shame and sorry, it's like, it is what it needs to happen for me to become a greater version of myself and connect more with my true self. So if you see it as, hey, JP, what happened to me is exactly what I needed to be able to connect more with my core, would you still be sorry? Let's try that again. If you understand now how I see it, at least, that this is a great experience to connect more with my core and be more myself, would you still be sorry? Okay, now it's energy draining. It's energy draining if there's, again, a negative story behind it. Remember the bubbles that I teach: belief, emotion, behavior. When it's the energy draining, is because I'm not dealing with emotions and I'm not listening to the story behind it, JP. So the truth is, for me, it's not energy draining. It is what it is. And I'm learning from it. I'm taking as much learning experience from this to become more of my core and let go of who I'm not. And this is what I believe, guys, and this is what I'm sharing with you guys as we do this work. We're going to be able to achieve bigger things in our life as we start seeing life as a gift, no matter what happens. And I'm not saying it's easy. If one of my kids dies, of course I'm going to feel like crap. Of course I'm going to feel sad. Don't get me wrong, guys. But I'm going to try to see what can I learn from it, because there's always going to be a learning experience behind whatever experience you go through. I'm not saying it's easy. Not at all. But the problem is when we're so embedded into that situation, it's very difficult to be able to move out and learn from it. We are, in a way, overwhelmed from the pain, the sadness, the grief, or whatever, and we cannot stand back and see what we can learn from this. Even what we call a loss can be an amazing, and I have done a lot of work with different people that have, quote unquote, gone through losses, and it has made big changes. So I hope that makes sense. Again, I'm not saying it's easy, but it is possible. So there's much to learn from me for everyone, JP. I'm learning too. Okay, so thank you very much for your comments there. So I'm going to check everybody if this is making sense. Right purpose, capital purpose in the chat. That would be great. Show me some love. Show me that you're listening, and if you're liking this, and see that it's very different to what most people are teaching, guys. Purpose, thank you. It's coming in. There we go. Purpose, thank you. I'm glad you are enjoying this, because again, if we keep looking for a purpose on the outside, it's going to be a journey that it will never end good, because as soon as we find something that makes us feel good, then for a little while it's going to feel good, and then it's going to start fading away, because it's not a true purpose, because a true purpose is to become ourselves. So we're going to go to the next one, and to the next one, and to the next one. And this is how all these big gurus are making a lot of money out of people, because they're preying on the desperate people that are looking to make money, that are looking to become someone else, to feel good about themselves. And these people, are selling them over and over again, the different things, to be able to find something on the outside that it's never going to be enough. The idea is to look on the inside, guys. Buddha taught that, Christ taught that, and many other avatars have showed us the way, that it is an internal validation. Thank you, Suzanne, for that there. Oh, Suzanne K, you just deleted something here. Watch out, guys. If you can go back, there we go. Thank you. Perfect. So, guys, thank you very much for listening. The people that are on Zoom, stay here. The people that are listening on the platform, on Facebook or a different platform, just let us know if you're there, if you're listening, if you're liking this. I love what I do, as you can see. I love sharing these things with you guys. I want to help as many people as I can. I know a lot of people are in a very difficult, tight financial situation. They cannot invest even not a couple of dollars. That's why I'm doing this, to try to help as many people as possible out there, to help you guys start changing your life. So if you're liking this, let me know. I really enjoy what I'm doing. I want to help as many people as I can. If you can share with others what we're doing here, and they can join even the free community, that would be great. So we can build this as a very big community out there, where we're offering free value and tools that are different to what most people are sharing out there. So again, thank you very much. I love what I do. I see you on Wednesday, guys, if you want to show up for the Entrepreneur Unleashed. And we're going to talk a little bit about, how to help you launch your business, scale your business, and how mindset is getting in the way, and how to start overcoming that. So again, guys, thank you very much, and I'll see you around. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.